Okay, so this is going to be a quick video of how to fit a Mortice Sashlock. Now with this video I'm going to try and teach you how to fit it, how to chop out the lock, and what you need to do it. Okay, so what you need is a set of chisels, a pilot hole drill. You can only use the one drill, but I've got 3 drills here just to make my life a bit easier. So you're going to need a pilot hole, a flat bit, 20mm I use, and just a normal drill bit driver. You also need a hammer, a pencil, a standing knife, a square, a tape measure, and obviously the furniture. Now I'm going to be demonstrating on a piece of 6x2 just so you can get the right angles, and it makes it a bit easier to record as well. Okay, so firstly we need to find our center point. So imagine that this is a door and you need to find the center point of the door. So what you need to do is you need to come in close and you need to mark, well, find the overall width of the door, which on this piece of 6x2 it is 41, 2, 3, 4, so 44. So if I mark half of that, which is 22, 22, then it should give me the right measurement. Okay, so if I line that up, line it up, mark that, and then on the other side it should be the exact same as well. Yep, exact same. So that's how you know that it is correct, if both lines line up perfectly on each side. So now I know that this is the exact center, this is the exact center mark, so I mark that. Oh, I mark that, and then after that I open the packet, the Mortice Sashlock. Okay, now secondly, you need to mark where you actually want the spindle. Okay, so normally on a door, from the spindle you pull it 1 meter high. So mark up from the door and the spindle 1 meter high. But on this piece of 6x2 I can just put it anywhere. So I'm going to put it here and mark on the door face. Okay, allowing room for it to go up or down a little bit. Okay, so I've added a little bit of space so it's not too tight, and mark here and the bottom. Okay, and then after that square the lines across. So I'm going to square this line across round about here. Square the bottom one across. Yep. And now that's where I need to chop out for the lock to go in. So I know I need to take out all of this for the lock to sit flush in there. Okay. End it. Okay, so now I've marked where the latch is. I use a 20mm drill bit, flat bit. Even though, let's see here, where did I put the instructions? On the instructions it always says to use a $16mm drill bit somewhere. Yeah, 16mm drill bit. But to give it a little room and a little wiggle, I always use 20mm. So I use a 20mm drill bit, and this is how I notch it out. Can I get close with this? Okay, putting the flat bit center on the line and making sure it's on center of bottom line and this line, while your drill is flat, parallel, you just drill out. Now, if you have a door, there may be a panel or glass at the back. So what you do is you line up the door with the flat bit and see how deep you need to go. Okay, so on this one, I need to go round about this deep. So you can put some tape there to determine how far to go. But I know just by eye, and it doesn't really matter how deep I go with this. Okay, and then go up to the top. Do the same.
Okay, keep going down now. On the line again. Keep going down.
Now it's a matter of cleaning it out. Okay, and you use the chisel, notch out here and here. Okay, so just so you can see it a bit better, I'll lay it like this. Now I've got the face off, I can clean it out with the drill bit. Now if you have an auger bit, it will make it a little bit easier, but what I can do now is just clean it out while inside with the drill bit. It's a bit hard because it's not attached to anything. Now that's all cleaned out. Just get that bush out. Yep. Just a little bit more. Clean up. Okay, so that's all cleaned out now. So what you do is you put the latch in, and this is how it's going to be fit. Okay, so now here's where the pilot hole comes into play. You pilot hole on the line you've marked previously, top and bottom, so you know it's going to be parallel and level. And now putting this temporary screw in. Okay, and then you just mark around. Now you can do this with a Stanley knife, or you can do it with a pencil. Okay, whichever you find easiest and best. Some people like doing it with a Stanley knife because it guides the chisel, and some people like doing it with a pencil because you can see it better and you can go in between the lines a bit. So yeah, just marking around with the pencil. Okay, and everyone's got a pencil, so everyone should be able to do it this way. But if you want to do it with the Stanley, then that's great as well. Some people like to do it both ways, which it really doesn't matter. It's up to your preference, really. Okay, now that I've marked it, I can take it off, and I know how much I need to take out. So to take it out, you then get your chisel. I'm using an 18mm DeWalt 3¼ inch chisel. Okay, so leaving the pencil mark in. Okay, so leave that pencil mark in and notch out. Being very careful not to go over the pencil line.
Come over so you can see the pencil marks on it. And doing the top.
And now to notch it out, literally, it's kind of hard to do without it being a ball. Now to notch it out, you take out this bit here and the top bit so it can sit flush. It's kind of hard to do it, man. I find it a bit easier doing it on the door than this way because you've got a bit more to grab on while it's on the hinges. But okay, now on the sides, you just clean it up on the sides. Okay, and see if it fits in. It doesn't do it yet. Need to clean it out a bit more. No, it doesn't fit perfectly yet, but let's sort that out. Now, to get it perfect, just with a Stanley knife, just cut the excess around. Make sure you have a sharp Stanley knife. I don't at the moment. Just cut all the excess off. Top and bottom. Okay. Just cut in all of the excess. Okay, now take that out. Now just cleaning it up a little bit. And that should sit perfectly now. Yep, that sits perfectly now. No gaps. Perfect. Okay, so once you've done that, you then you line it up again, top and bottom, to where you've chiseled out, and you mark the spindle hole. I'm going to use a drill bit. And same with the bottom of the latch. You can use a bradawl or a drill bit. A 2.5mm drill bit I'm using, top and bottom. So there's where the marks I need to get. Now again, with the 20mm drill bit, drill out for the spindle. Okay, so the spindle's gonna go in here. And you can also drill, because we're using these handles, you can also drill a hole here. Or another way of doing it is using a 5 or a 7mm drill bit. Okay, using, this is a 7mm drill bit, drilling here. And then you can do the same at the bottom, or you can use a slightly smaller one, a 5mm for the bottom. Okay, but for here it doesn't really matter. Now let's see how it lines up. So put that in. And the top one, fine. Bottom one may just need to come up a little bit, but that's not too bad. You'll still be able to put the key in there. Just needs to come up a little bit. So I'm just gonna notch out a little bit here so it can go up a little bit more. So that's a bit excessive, but it doesn't matter because the handle's gonna hide it anyway. So, yep, that's fine. And then easily just transfer the lines across. So in here, drill through, same with the top. Yep, same with the spindle. Okay. So that transfers the lines, and again with a 7mm drill bit that I'm going to use.
It's kind of hard to do it like this. Chop it out a little bit more. Mm.
20mm drill bit again. Okay, so that's all the chopping out you need to do now, and that should fit perfectly. So now I'm just going to put the lock in. So that locks perfect. See that everything fits. See that the key can go in. Yep. And the other side. Yep. So now that I know that it's working, put the first one in, the second one in, and then you can put the handles on, which are self-explanatory, kind of easy to just put the handles on. Just some screws. Now if you want to get it 100% perfect, you can get a square. You can get a square and just line it up. Okay. First one, you can pile up first, or you can just put the screw straight in. The bottom one in first, or whichever one you want first. See that it's square. That's fairly square. That's the second one. Now should work. That's working. Putting the key in. That works. The other side. That works. And that is the easiest and most simplest way of putting the lock on. And as you can see, it's perfect. And if the latch does get a bit sticky, you can always just put some WD in. So this is fine, but if it sticks, just put some WD in and it will free it up. Okay, but yep, thank you for watching the video, and if you like it, subscribe and give it a like, because I'm going to be doing more of these type of videos and showing you my process on being self-employed. Thank you again for watching, and goodbye.